This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
You know, the only thing I want to bring up is you might notice I'm not mentioning Anthem at all, and that's for a reason. It's because I really don't feel that Anthem is worth playing at all.
Nothing has made me feel like this is a game that I should play. Nothing makes me feel like this is a gameplay experience that if I don't play that I'm really missing out, and I'm going to be disappointed that I missed out on something that was great this year. Like, nothing at all has made me feel that way. Wow! Man, this job sucks. It's a grind. I just do it for the money. So let's move on, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all of your support. Thank you for everything. You know, particularly the past couple of weeks, people were very, very supportive, stepping up, you know, with big tips and stuff, and I appreciate that. If you would like to support my efforts to continue to do this, if you would like to see me keep my house, and this is a very, very realistic thing right now, if you would actually like to see me keep my house, by the way, I really desperately need the money to help with my tax situation, so hint, hint, save the house, all right? Because right now I'm in a very big threat of losing it because of taxes that I cannot pay, all right, that are going to be due in April. So we're talking either a tax lien on the house, we're talking a payment plan that the government will probably force me into that I can't afford. We're talking big problems, all right? So if you want to see all this continue, you like the daily live streams, you like the content I put out on YouTube, you like the quality of the content that I put out in my studio office here. Wow. And you want to see all this continue, there are many ways that you can contribute that help out, all right? Allow me to describe some of them. $1 a month actually helps and adds up, all right? As little as $1 helps, okay? You can pledge as much as you want. The highest perk level I'll give you is $50, but you could pledge more than that if you want, and pledge today. Holy crap. Well then,
Well, folks, I was just about to say, let's start doing some shoutouts. I was just about to say that. Let's do some shoutouts. And as I was about to say that, Jad F just gifted 29 Tier 1 community subs.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. You are my bitch. Thank you for the free money, dummy. And you can lick my balls. They're not using conscious thought anymore.
Shout out to Johnny Cash, who tipped me $1. And I think he's trying to attempt to call me a hypocrite here. I'll bear with it, I'll read what he says, and I'll respond directly. He says, in one of your previous pre-streams, you once said not giving a game a fair shake and just shitting on it would be so ridiculous, immature, and invalid criticism. I was wondering why you're doing this for new games like Crackdown 3 and Far Cry. I'm not.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
There's a difference between just shitting on a game and not giving it a fair shake, or taking what you've seen and what you're hearing from a wide variety of sources as input into making a judgment of whether or not you actually want to buy a game. Allow me to explain. If there was a bandwagon of hate for a game, and it just seemed like a bandwagon of hate for the sake of being a bandwagon of hate, which I've seen happen many times before, in you know, gaming journalism, in just gaming in general. Let's hate on this game because it's cool to hate on this game and say that it's bad, alright? Then that's wrong, okay? But if you hate on a game because the game has flaws, the game is known to have bugs, errors, to be, you know, either, you know, with objective criteria, a game that's stacked up against other modern games is not as good as what you would expect from a full purchase, that's a fairly different comparison. So, I guess I'll give you a few examples. Alright, I'll give you a few examples. Fallout 76 was completely shat upon when it released, alright? Even though it's a Fallout game, and most Fallout games get mainstream coverage and mainstream, you know, positivity, this one did not. The game was launched rife with bugs, issues, bad performance, no NPCs whatsoever, The game basically is an empty wasteland where all you do is shoot shit and grind, and it's bug-filled, and it's not very entertaining, alright? Everyone jumped on the hate bandwagon and panned the game. That's okay, because the reasons it was panned were objective reasons, okay? Actual objective reasons why a game did not get any kind of, love from the gaming community, alright? Now, compare that with Metro Exodus. The reason Metro Exodus is getting negative attention is because the creators of the game decided to pull it from Steam for PC distribution, and instead only make it available via the Epic Games Store. They realized it would make them more money, and, ultimately for their company it would be a better option, okay? And PC gamers went nuts about this. Oh my god, I already pre-ordered on Steam, I wanted to preload on Steam, and then basically caused this big cacophony of drama that had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the actual game, period. The quality of the game has nothing to do with this situation, yet you had thousands of PC gamers saying, we're boycotting Metro Exodus, we're not playing Metro Exodus. It's like, but that has nothing to do with the game.
That's all just white noise. You know what I mean? It's just white noise.
So you see the difference? You see the absolute difference here? Quality of a game versus drama around a game are two completely different things, okay? Now, in the situations of games like Crackdown 3 and Far Cry, I actually kind of was open to both games. Alright, Far Cry New Dawn, from everything that I saw, looked like Far Cry 5, and the fact that the game was released only 1 year after Far Cry 5 makes me feel this is not a full-on game. It's just not. What this is, it's Far Cry 5, same exact gameplay mechanics, same exact, assets, reskinned to have an updated plot, continuing from the plot from last year's Far Cry 5, to make a quick buck. Let's really use the same exact assets, slap on a tacked on new story to try to release the same game twice and make more money, so that way we can make more money off of minimal work, okay? That's what I thought it was from everything that I had seen. Crackdown 3, I had no idea what to expect, simply because I never played Crackdown before, alright? But, Terry Crews brings some hype, and, is the game going to be good? Who knows? So, the reviews came out a few days ago. Most people said exactly as I thought. Far Cry New Dawn is Far Cry 5. If you like Far Cry 5 and you're not burnt out, you'll probably like the game, but it even apparently has the same exact NPCs. The same NPCs! They didn't even make new characters. It's the same fucking NPCs. They didn't even bother to make new characters for the game.
Whining, complaining, it's just gonna waste your time. Oh my god. People just look for reasons to complain. I mean, seriously. You might as well complain that the sky is blue, the grass is green, water is wet. Go right ahead, because it's just as effective and just as stupid. Okay, then.
That's pretty bad. So, it's exactly what I expected, and I said, well, that's why I wanted to skip it, right? Crackdown 3 apparently is an outdated, buggy, wonky mess. It feels like an early Xbox 360 game, which apparently is actually what it was supposed to be, because this game was in development for a while, got delayed for a long time, and now it's finally coming out, for Xbox One, when in reality, it was supposed to be an original Xbox 360 game, and apparently it's very, outdated. It doesn't have modern stuff in it that you would expect, and people are like, well, if you just like running around throwing cars and blowing shit up, the game's pretty fun, but it's incredibly repetitive and grindy, and unless you're okay with that, the game sucks, okay? Now, you see what I'm saying here? The difference? Drama versus objective facts, okay? If there was a game completely being panned by the game journalists for stupid reasons, it had nothing to do with objective facts about the game, I would say, yeah, that's bullshit. That's shitting on it just to make a bandwagon approach. And I have seen this with gaming journalism before. Absolutely I have. And there's been times when I'll read a review and I'll hear things that supposedly are objectively bad about a game, and I'll be like, that doesn't sound bad to me. In which case, I'll try said game, and the game ends up being a success, alright? So it all depends. It all depends on many factors. In this case, being that I am in a situation, financially, where I'm not very well off at all, I'm in a very bad financial situation, quite frankly, okay, just being very honest with all of you, and I'm at a point where I know that I have to pick and choose what games I play, because, simply put, I don't have the funds to be buying, 4 games in one day, out of which only 1 is good, and 3 I play and don't really like. So, I have to basically pick and choose, and in a lot of cases, this is a wait-and-see attitude. Like, I picked Metro Exodus, and I picked Jump Force. I felt these would be the 2 games that would fit my stream style and my audience more than the other games that were available as new releases at the time, okay? So, I had a wait-and-see attitude. I certainly didn't write off and say, I will not play Crackdown 3, and I will not play Far Cry New Dawn. I waited to see what other people had to say about them, alright? And now, here we are on Saturday, so those games are out, and people have told me who bought them, yeah, Phil, you know what? Those opinions are correct. these games are not very good in this regard or that regard, and you probably shouldn't play them, so I'm going to skip them. You know, same thing with the Resident Evil 2 DLCs. Like, there was 3 free Resident Evil 2 DLCs released yesterday called the Ghost Survivors. I was pumped for them, to the point where I even said, yeah, I'll probably play them. I'll put them on my schedule. Come to find out, they're exactly the same as the 4th Survivor mode in Resident Evil 2, where you play as Hunk. He's an Umbrella agent, and you're given limited resources to basically do a survival run through not only the sewers, but also through the mansion and try to survive. They're exactly the same. Like, they didn't even change it. It's the same thing. You're just going through different areas of the map. Same premise with these survivors. There's zero story. It's incredibly boring. It's only for people who absolutely want to monstrously challenge themselves with survival runs. Outside of that, there's no point in playing them. So that's something I was hyped for, and I'm not playing. There's no point. It's not going to be entertaining, you know?
I'm a brain dead idiot, and I need the game to be as easy as fucking possible for me to play.
So there you go. There you go, folks. That's the deal. That's the difference. There's a difference between jumping on a bandwagon for the sake of being a bandwagoner and being, oh man, I gotta agree with the common opinion of everyone else that such and such a game is bad. Or, on the flip side, that such and such a game is so great, it's the best game ever. I have to jump on the bandwagon. Versus actually having objective facts weighed and balanced to determine whether or not a game is worth playing or not. That's the difference. But Johnny Cash, from your message, it seems like you don't understand that diversion there. Like, you don't even think there's a difference. You either think you 100% ignore gaming media and what others say about games and play them for yourself, or you 100% believe what everyone has to say. That's not the case. As I said many times, for the mature-minded person, the world is not black and white. The world is many shades of gray, and you have to find the right situations to weigh and balance facts with opinions and to make informed decisions for yourself. This is what a mature adult does.
Oh my god, dude, just shut up. Just shut up and stop whining. Ugh. Whining and complaining. Okay.
And it seems to me, via your messaging, you don't have that capability. For you, it's black and white. It's one or the other. It's all one way or all the other way. That's not how life works. Okay? That's not. And once you finally realize that as you get older, and you will make much better decisions in your life. But, you know, from what you're doing, you're trying to basically call me out and call me a hypocrite, when in reality, all it does is shows your own immaturity. So, thanks for the tip.
I'm hypocritical. Pretty hypocritical, I agree. King of hypocrisy. Alright, guys. I think that's enough for me. You don't want to see me, you know, crying like a fucking baby here. Oh.
Okay, then. Alright, so now we start with people who contributed during today's actual stream. We started out with I toxic.
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
I'm not even kidding. It's spelled Y-yam-I Tahox-ick. Tip me $1 and says, hello, Phil. Longtime viewer. Love the stream. That was pretty lame. I'm not going to lie. You're the only tipper for the day so far. So I'm going to put you up with a Y. I'm not going to write out that whole thing because that's just a really stupid name. And it's pretty much a really lame attempt at trolling. But Y can get up there on the leaderboard as the first tipper of the day with $1. So thank you very much.
Oh, Phil actually is a really toxic person, so we're just gonna keep saying, why am I toxic? Because it's a meme. And then you people, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you try to make me look like that. Alright, glowing white face did a 50-bit cheer and says, they just want to make a buck for the least amount of work possible. I believe he is referencing BioWare. No. That's like me, right? That's like me. Minimum effort, minimum money and time involved, maximum profit. I'm gonna be real honest with everyone. Just making an edited YouTube video is very easy. Doing live improv reactionary commentary is tough. The hard shit is sitting here playing the raw games. That's the hard part. Streaming is way harder than just editing videos for YouTube. Okay, it is. Real talk.
Okay, so Judicious Echoes did a 200-bit cheers. The issue with Metro Exodus is the Epic Store. It's the lack of support available on it, and it's unproven for a digital storefront and has had issues with updates and corrupted data. Well, there you go. And you know what? Far be it from me to say there's no real issue with the Epic Game Store. That's not what I'm saying. What I've been saying is, I don't feel that the drama presented against Metro Exodus because of the Epic Game Store forced launch, or whatever the hell you want to call it, excuse me, I feel that it has nothing to do with the quality of the game at all. You know, just because a game on PC only, by the way, not on any console or just on PC, you're forced to get it to a certain client. Doesn't mean the game is bad. Doesn't mean that we should pan the game and create a campaign against the game and go on Metacritic and put in 100 negative, you know, user-generated review scores about the game. It's just childish behavior. It really is, at its worst, too. It's childish behavior at its worst to do shit like that. Because all you're going to do is hurt a game and a game studio that might have put out one of the best games of the year, who knows, and they get no attention and no positivity now because some people are butthurt because they have to download a new client to get the game. You know, pretty fucking stupid. I'm not saying it's not an issue. I'm saying don't destroy the reputation of a game developer or completely wreck a game because of something that has nothing to do with the quality of the game. All right?
He is a hypocrite for saying the stuff he said. Okay.
Why am I toxic? Took me another $1 and said, don't listen to the detractors, stay positive. Spelled P-A-H, which apparently is another meme. Like, I say the word content. Content. That's how you're supposed to say it. Content. And people say, Phil says, content. K-A-H-T-E-N-T. Which I know. But they've literally fabricated things to become memes for themselves. It's much like how they say my laugh sounds like ack, ack, ack. So when I laugh and I go, ha, 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 or ha, 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 does that sound like ack, 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 ack?
Yes.
No. It sounds nothing like that at all.
I'm good at lying.
But they fabricated memes for themselves to laugh at, which makes no sense to anyone who actually has a fucking brain. But when you're brainless, you create things to laugh at. So, there you go. You know, it's just so stupid. But anyway, thank you for another $1 tip. And, you know, enjoy your detractor memes and your life of, you know, general liquid brain. I don't know what else to say. Hope that you have corks for your ears so that your brains don't dribble out of your fucking, you know, your eardrums there. Oh, silly putty! Oh, silly putty! Oh, knee slapper joke. Silly putty! Silly putty! Silly putty! Golf? 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 Golf! Golf, 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 golf. Tipped $1.01. Says, I think the worst part about Article 13 is that they include a clause where you need a license to watch porn. Okay then. Well, now that is it. That's the last straw. People they're already at the lawmakers right now. They're at the front door. They're destroying. They're blowing the doors off the hinges. They're rushing into their offices. You gotta stop this. Oh, you gotta stop this. Oh my God.
Ty Holmes 12 tipped me $20. Thank you very much, Ty Holmes. That's the top tip of the day. Let's get you up there on the leaderboard.
Why am I toxic? Tipped me another $1 and says view count is greater than overdraft credit cards poggers. What the fuck does that mean? How do you overdraft a credit card? What? I think this person was actually trying to insult me in regards to the financial troubles I've been having recently with my bank account, but that has nothing whatsoever to do with a credit card. You can't overdraft a credit card, and you have failed miserably at your attempt to possibly troll me. The Average Democrat did a 100-bit cheer. He says, honest question, if you ever won $1 billion on the Powerball, and you had a kid, would you spoil them and turn them into a Tutankhamun? Be honest. No, I would not. First of all, I'm not interested in having kids at all. So that's number one. You know, it wouldn't be something that I would desire or plan at all. I wouldn't want that, okay? But no, I certainly would not spoil a kid. I would not just hand them a credit card and give them free reign to do whatever they want and think that there's no repercussions. I certainly wouldn't turn them into a chronic liar, which is what Tutankhamun was. First, he said he was a supporter, right, which he wasn't. His whole plan was to basically fuck people over, you know, to try to get back. By the way, I should bring this up, that Tutankhamun did not only do this to me, he did it to other people as well.
And if I look down at the stream chat and everything is tut, 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 it's going to be ban, 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 and then we're going to continue on like normal fucking humans and not idiots. Now, I'll be honest with all of you. When Tutankhamun came along, it was kind of like a godsend.
That basically he gave them a ton of funds, and then he tried to charge them back afterward on purpose to fuck them over. It's not just me that he did this to. So, yeah, you know, this is a guy, a kid, more than likely, who has free reign to do whatever he wants with mommy and daddy's money, comes in and says a bunch of shit, but then basically he's only doing it to get attention for himself. Tutankhamun didn't give two shits if he helped me at all. He wanted attention for himself. He wanted my stream to become the Tutankhamun stream.
That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules, and what I say goes. This is not a place for you to stand on your soapbox and complain about censorship and freedom of speech, because the bottom line is you don't have freedom of speech. This is my land.
Now compare that with Emerald 7, who 2 months later came in, gifted a ridiculous amount of subs out. Everyone had a fun tier 3 sub for a month, helped me out tremendously, behind the scenes, and he not once did that person ever make anything about the streams about themselves. Never spoke a word in the stream chat, never contacted me, never tried to get anything from me.
That was a person who was genuinely good.
And wanted to help in any way they could versus an attention-seeking brat. That's the difference between the two, okay? Okay? So, there you go. That's the difference, okay? And no, I would certainly never, ever, 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 promote anyone to be like that, That's bad. That's, you're having a human being who's going to try to live their own life later on, and you won't give them any kind of supervision, no kind of morals, nothing. Here's a credit card, do whatever you want. And then on top of that, like I said, this was a person, they're a chronic liar. Like, after the fact of charging everything back, attempting to get all the funds back, lying and saying, oh yeah, I got everything back. My credit card company just willy-nilly granted me all of this and gave me all my funds back. What a moron. Like, I know for a fact, as someone who over the years has charged back things against my credit card, how the system works. When you have something that you claim is fraudulent or erroneous, the credit card company launches an investigation into it, okay? And the investigation covers many factors, right? What is the realistic situation here that someone could have actually done those charges? Was there actually fraud? Was there some kind of a trick played on someone, right? For example, for me, at one point I had a bunch of charges on my card for a resort in Florida when I was in Connecticut using the same card. Obviously, I wasn't in Florida and Connecticut at the same time. That proves that wasn't me. Those charges on my credit card were reversed. Versus, one time when I moved out here, I bought some furniture at a place. The guy had quoted me one price, had me sign a contract for a single price, charged me for said price, okay? Then later on, a second piece of furniture was delivered, all right? And when that furniture was delivered, they charged me more money, even though he had never told me there would be additional money. So I basically contacted my credit card company and says, I don't want to pay this. And they said, well, we're sorry, we did an investigation. Technically, you accepted delivery of the furniture. So when you accept delivery of the product, it's legal for a transaction to process. Now, if you want to go back to the company and argue with them and say, no, you didn't tell me it was going to be this much, you want to arbitrate with them, that's up to you. But we're not going to get involved in that. That charge stands. You see what I mean? Very different. You can't just go to a credit card company and say, oh, yeah, there's like $20,000 on my credit card. That wasn't me. Take it off, please. And they immediately say, okay, we grant that no matter what. I mean, are you fucking stupid? Yes, I'm sure that's what every company does, and then they all go out of business overnight because they just believe everything. The kid's a liar. The kid's basically a chronic liar and a piece of crap who tried to screw over not me, but a bunch of content creators and streamers all at once. And now doesn't exist anymore. If you mention it, you see, the guy doesn't exist anymore. I wonder why.
Burn in hell, Burnell. And now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity because of it. You can't change who you are, I guess. Hell is a place where it's very hot. There's, it's torturous conditions. Fire, hail, brimstone. Your body is being ripped apart by demons who are shoving red-hot pokers up your rectum. Not a nice place. Okay? What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.